Hi there, this is Christopher Panaretos, author of the Languages series on Amazon. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing Finnish verbs. So, Finnish verbs have four features. One feature is mood, the next feature is tense, the third feature is aspect, and the fourth feature is subject agreement. So, for moods, we have three possibilities. We've got imperative, subjunctive, and indicative. Indicative is the one that's mostly used, it's the one for making statements of fact. Tense, we have past, present, and future. And for aspect, we have the imperfect and perfect aspect. And for subject agreement, Finnish verbs do change spelling depending on the subject's perspective and count. Um, so those are the four features of Finnish verbs. So let's take a look at some examples and how to choose the proper spelling in the spelling table. So in the sentence, I went to the store. The verb is went, and we want to find the proper spelling of the Finnish verb for went. So we're going to need to know the mood, the tense, and the aspect. So the mood is going to be indicative because it's the one that's used for just making a general statement of fact, like I went to the store, just a statement. We know from the English that this went is the past tense. And we also know that it's imperfect because if it was perfect, it would have been either I had went, or I had gone, or perhaps I have gone. But it's not, it's just went. So that's imperfect aspect. Okay, and then the subject we have the first person and singular subject, which is I. So we have our four features. We have mood, tense, aspect, and subject. And so, in order to find the proper spelling of the Finnish verb, we need the spelling table for the Finnish verb, which is given here. So, in Finnish, the word mennä is the infinitive form. It's equal to English's to go. So here we have the perspective. We have singular and plural, so count. And we have tense and aspect. Um, So we can find, and all these spellings are the for the indicative. Um, so first person singular, yeah. So these are going to be the subject, right? So the perspective, uh, perspective, and then we have count, and then here we've got tense and aspect kind of combined together. So what we're interested in is indicative, past, imperfect. So here we have a couple past tenses, and here's the past imperfect. So past imperfect is going to be all the spellings in this row. And then our subject is first person singular. So we're going to be looking at first person singular, which is the spellings in this column. So the intersection of this row and this column is the spelling mennen. And that is the spelling that's used in the Finnish translation here of went. So let's do one more example. So we have the sentence, they were flying. So we have a compound verb here, just like in English, but we still need to find the features. So this is an indicative sentence because it's just a statement of fact. The tense is going to be past tense because we know from English were flying is past tense. The aspect is going to be imperfect, and it's kind of a special form of imperfect called the continuous. So in English, the continuous is indicated by this ing suffix here. And Finnish also has a special verb construction using two words, a auxiliary verb, and then also the main verb. So we could say this is imperfect continuous to sort of be more precise. And then we still need to know our subject, which is third person perspective and plural count. So here we've collected our 1, 2, 3, and 4 features for our Finnish verb. We have our Finnish spelling table with all these different spellings possible here. So we need to use our features to find the proper spelling. So all the spellings here are indicative. So let's look at spellings for past imperfect continuous. So here we have past perfect, we have past imperfect, and then we have here past continuous, which is what we're interested in for this sentence. So we're looking at spellings in this row. And then for our subject, we've got third person plural. So we're going to go over to the third person plural column of spellings, and that's going to be all the spellings over here. So the intersection of this row and this column is the spelling Olivat Lentamasa. And that is the spelling that's used in the translation here in Finnish. So that's it for finding the proper spelling of Finnish verbs. Again, the strategy is the same for things and descriptors. You have a list of features for the verb. There's four features, and once you have all 4 of these features figured out, all you need to do is pull up the spelling table for that Finnish verb, and you're going to use those 4 features to find the proper spelling in the spelling table. And that's it for Finnish verbs. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.